Hey guys, hanging out with Adam Westlake from the Worship Initiative. You guys are in Texas, right?
We're in Dallas, yeah, that's right.
Awesome. So you traveled all the way to South Carolina
Just
just to
see
hang out right here, just to hang out
this couch.
for the for the man. Thanks so much for being here. Your whole team's here,
Yeah,
Shane and the whole crew. So thanks so much for coming, leading worship, and just hanging out, doing breakouts and all kinds of stuff. So I
yeah.
really appreciate it. Give us a little overview of what you guys do at Worship Initiative.
Yeah, so at Worship Initiative, we've really realized that, there's a real need, to resource worship teams, but so often that just looks like music. We certainly need that. You can't expect a worship pastor to be able to be an expert on bass and train bassists and keys and, being a
Yeah.
private lesson teacher on top of everything else.
Yeah.
And so we've tried to create a resource at the Worship Initiative that really helps, facilitate musical growth,
Yeah.
in worship leaders and teams. But we've also, if you spend any time in ministry, known that, gosh, you can have all the capacities musically in the world, but it's so much more than that. It's also ministry. And so
Yeah.
we have resources on our website as well that help worship leaders and teams grow, not just as a musician, but as a minister, heart training, doctrine, devotional content for
Mm,
each song,
mm.
because that's so much of what we're doing.
Yep.
Day to day as well, not just on stage, but we're like
Yeah.
ministering to people. And then we also are realizing, man, worship leaders can't just be musicians and ministers. They actually have to be multipliers. They have to
Mm.
replicate themselves, and they're having to manage people and teams and budgets and do leadership and
Right.
conflict resolution. So we're creating resources around that as well to really help create a holistic culture and ministry within a team that serves the team and the congregation beyond just the Sunday morning worship moment.
Are you guys finding with the worship leaders that you guys serve that they're expected to do more on a church staff, not just lead, but now they're over the creative team and the communications team? And do you find that?
Yeah, it's funny in a you'd almost think, in a smaller church setting, it would be, "Man, okay, I'm the worship leader."
Right.
But really, we're finding the larger the church, the more of a specialist you get to be and have kind of one responsibility. But if you're in a
Right.
smaller church context, you do have to be the
The
worship
duties as a
guy,
sign line.
the parking team management guy, and the
Right.
this thing. And so certainly, I think worship leaders are being given a lot of
Are they
responsibility.
feeling overwhelmed in that? Like,
I
I
think
wasn't
surely
trained in all of that.
surely when it comes to, I mean, if you went to school in ministry for ministry,
Yeah.
there's not that many conflict resolution classes or budget classes, and
Right.
how do you do scheduling and logistics? Those are all things you're having to really learn
Right.
on the job. And so I
Right.
think worship leaders are going, man, I just know that I've loved worshiping Jesus,
Yep.
and I had some musical capacity. I wanted to step into that. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was going to be this whole thing.
Right, exactly. All right, so let's kind of cross over worship and visual media.
Okay.
Okay, so let's maybe talk about the collaboration or the partnership or the not even that the like it's all one team between worship and production
Yeah.
or worship and the creative team. That it's not these two separate things that never talk to each other. It's one team.
Yes.
How do you guys handle that at Worship Initiative?
Gosh, it really is true. I think the stereotype exists for a reason that, the worship team and the production team, the stage and the booth can sometimes feel a bit at odds with one another.
Right.
And so doing the work over time I was talking to my friend Andy from All Claire today, and he used to have this story where he'd say, how many of y'all see the worship and production teams as one team? And everybody would raise their hand in a breakout. He said, how many of you worship leaders invited the production team to the Christmas party? And he'd say,
Right.
all the hands went down. And so I think
Or are they here with
oh,
you?
right now, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think part of it is just going, wow, what we're doing is not, well, we're here to do our thing and you're here to do your thing. It's that
Right.
the thing that we are all after is encouraging people to sing the word so that the word of Christ can dwell richly in them through singing. And so production, visuals, music, all of that is serving the end of the worship of God, the singing of the scriptures
Right.
as such. Yeah.
So I was on staff at a church where the production team was small at first, and we started growing it. And I would reach out to the worship leader and say, like, "Hey, what if we did like a breakfast together or something together to just kind of
Yeah.
have a space where we no 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 no." Okay, so our production team, we started reaching out and having people like make waffles and pancakes and stuff, and so the
I want to be in
smell
your
would
church.
I know, right? So the smell would go in, and so all the worship guys would like come out, and I'm like, uh-huh, yeah, yeah, we're one team when it comes
That's
to
right.
smelling the waffles, right? But, there was a lot of that was a tangible way to be like we laughed about it, but it was like, "This is one team. We're gonna eat together.
That's right.
We're gonna hang together.
That's right.
We're gonna collaborate together. You're gonna come in and make sure my slides are right. All the visuals are set for you.
Yeah.
We're gonna work on the video together, the graphic together." Like, it's one, thing. How do you encourage that? What are some maybe practical steps,
Yeah.
weekly
I,
that
I
we can
think
do that?
even one of the things that you shared of like finding relational connecting points beyond just the functions of our role,
Right.
seeing each other really as brothers and sisters and not just,
Right.
well, you do that thing and I do this thing.
Right.
Going, "Well, surely we have relationship beyond that." So I think that's a starting point.
Right.
And then I think too, it really is casting the vision of what we're here to do is not execute music and execute production. Those are not ends in themselves, but like means unto the end of serving our congregations,
Right.
and encouraging them to sing. And so I think having that broader vision than just, well, am I going to get the slides all right?
Right.
And am I going to get the tracks all right?
Uh-huh.
And the songs are going to happen right?
Yeah.
It's great. But I think that larger vision
Yeah.
of serving our congregations is the thing that will help facilitate unity more than anything else.
Good. All right, last question for you. How do the visuals really matter to a worship leader?
Yeah, I mean, you would know. It depends on the context and the person and the teams and the capacities of that, the technical capacities of a particular setting or location. But in the same way that we would say we want the music that surrounds the lyric, so we want our lyric to be really true, really good. We want to set it to a beautiful melody. We want to surround it with beautiful music. I think the same aesthetic sense can be at play in our visuals, and going, how can I use these resources that I have and utilize them well unto the end of encouraging people to really see and experience the beauty and the glory of God. And so using it not to go, wow, that's cool that we did that, but in the same way with our teams that we're going, this is unto the end of singing and adoration of God.
Yeah.
If our visuals are in collaboration with our music in that way, then I think we're stewarding them well, as opposed to merely going, look at this rad new thing we got.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or your team did an awesome job with the
Yes.
it's
one thing.
it's one
Yes,
thing.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Awesome. Man, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it, Adam.
Yeah, glad to be here.
This has been a podcast presentation of Church Visuals. Executive produced by Carl Barnhill. Edited by Mario Franco. Title and show graphics by Angie Lomas. For more resources to help you visually communicate the gospel, visit churchvisuals.com.